Welcome to On the Corner in downtown Marion. We are here today and we have Jeremiah Lang as the host. And for our person we're going to be talking with is the CEO of St. Luke Hospital in up here in Marion, Alex Haynes. Let's do that again.
There we are.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll just
We can edit it out, right?
Yeah, I can a little bit. So, well, welcome, Alex.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Podcast, and we'll just turn it over to you and Jeremiah, and you got the floor.
All right. Well, we are glad to have you joining us wherever you're at and whatever time of day it is. And I think Mike and I have decided it's called YouTubia. So
YouTubia.
Yeah. So Alex, thank you for joining us. Probably most of the people watching know who you are, but there might be some that don't. So I'm going to have you introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what you do, and maybe a little bit about yourself.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So this is my first podcast.
All right.
Hopefully maybe the last one. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. My name's Alex Haynes, and we've lived here for, actually it's 11 years this month is when we moved to town. My wife grew up in Florence, and so that's what brought us back here to this area. But I grew up in Wichita and went to nursing school at Emporia State.
Okay.
And so that's where Alicia and I met. I joke that she was my tutor, and she helped me get through it. But yeah, I didn't actually need the help. I just wanted to spend the time with her.
There you go.
Yes. So we finished nursing school, and Alicia worked as an OB nurse in El Dorado, and I worked as an ER nurse in Emporia. And we both started a master's program about 6 months after school. She went nurse practitioner, I went administrative. And when she finished nurse practitioner school, they had a job open up here. And when she was in high school, she actually worked as a CNA at the Living Center for a number of years, and partially through college too. And to this day, if you ask her, that's one of her most favorite jobs. And so when she had the chance to come back and be a nurse practitioner here, we jumped all over it. And I worked a couple different jobs when we moved here. But previously, I spent the last almost 7 years at Newton Medical Center, and then I've been here 2 years.
Okay.
In fact, my 2 years on Friday will be 2 years to the day.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so hopefully I make it the next 3 days so I can get that anniversary.
Yeah, this would look pretty awkward if this comes out later
That's right.
in the week and something changes, which we don't anticipate, of course. So, you got a couple kids here in the schools, and
Yeah, we have 3 kids. Tessa, she's a 7th grader. And then Rhett is a 4th grader, and then Luke is 4.
Okay.
So he'll be in kindergarten next year.
Okay. All right. Very good. CEO at the hospital. I know most of us in this community have had interaction with the hospital in some way or another. Yeah. And I think one of the things that we've always, speaking for myself, that I've always appreciated is seeing that there's kind of a constant emphasis on improvement and moving forward.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons you're here today is to talk about one of those improvements.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. We take our responsibility serious, I think, and we talk a lot about the hospital, about especially for a town our size, everyone has a role to play, in order for society or a town to function. And when the storm comes and the power goes out, we appreciate, the city crews or Evergy or whoever it is that's Flint Hills Co-op that goes out in the middle of the storm and gets our power back on. Mm-hmm. And, we appreciate the grocery store, when we can go there and get our food. And when I go to Casey's or Amp Pride, I expect the gas tank to be full so I can put gas in my tank, and like all these things that people do so that we can all live our lives. Mm-hmm. The hospital, we feel like we have the responsibility to be there to take care of people. We're 24/7. So weekends and holidays and those types of things, we want to be available to people so that when they walk in and say, I need help, we're there to help them. and we can't obviously treat everything or do everything, but we want to continue to try and offer more and provide more so that people can stay here and kind of be, that part of the community. So
Yeah.
starting next week, one of the things we're really excited about is expanding our urgent care. And so what started over a year ago at the board retreat, we put together a 2-year strategic plan. And one of those items was looking if we could expand urgent care. So one of the things that we see a lot is people come to the clinic or they'll call the clinic, especially in the afternoon, early evening, and ask for an appointment for something kind of straightforward. Headaches, colds, lacerations, whatever that might be. Twisted ankle. Yeah, just want to get an x-ray real quick. Something happened at sports practice. And when they call, a lot of times all of our appointments are full. And we have to tell them, well, you have to wait till tomorrow, or if you think it's an emergency, go to the ER. And we see those people go to the ER that, they're going there because that's the only option that they have at that time. And so we wanted to find a way that we could meet those needs, and financially too. The ER is expensive. It's one of the most expensive places to seek care. And so we put together a task force, and I won't get into all the details, but we had some providers and nurses on this task force, and we looked at hours. We did a community survey. What hours would the community like to see? They came back about 65% said 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. are the hours that if we did it, they would like to see. So that's what we're going to do. So starting on Monday, September 1st, which is Labor Day, we will be having our urgent care. So it'll be Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then on weekends and holidays, it'll be 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
So that starts next week.
So Labor Day, is that a 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. day?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. And it's kind of hard to communicate because our first day is a Monday.
Right.
But it is a holiday. And I do kind of want to put a little shout out to the staff on this task force. We talked about what day we should start. And we kind of looked at different days, and I had mentioned September 1st. It's a Monday. It's the first day. It's kind of a clean, but I didn't realize it was Labor Day.
Right, yeah.
And as soon as I saw this Labor Day, I was like, do you guys really want to do this on Labor Day? It's a holiday. And the crew said, absolutely. People are the clinic's closed on Labor Day. And so they said, absolutely, we want to offer this additional service from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I was kind of floored, honestly. I think most people on Labor Day, they're thinking about grilling and going to the lake and do some camping. And I was proud of the staff because they said, we're going to be here. We want to be open longer and be available for people. So I
serve the community.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So for the average person, if I'm needing to come in for urgent care, do I call ahead? Do I just walk in? Where do I go?
So it'll be a kind of a first come, first serve, no appointment. You'll walk through the ER doors, just like you're going into the ER.
The ER is like on the south end of the hospital.
No, it is on the east side.
On the east side, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's some regulations that make it a little difficult if you're searching for ER urgent care. So there'll be some questions we kind of have to ask and kind of triage a little bit to make sure that we get you in the right setting. Because if you come in and want urgent care, but we think it's something that's going to require a CT or a lot of workup, we have to put you kind of in the ER.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we'll just put it in layman's terms. So you need to go to the urgent care. You're going to come in the freeborn entrance over there, and you're going to walk in, and there'll be somebody behind that window.
Yep.
That's going to talk to you and ask you some questions just to kind of evaluate what your level of need is.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. It should be about maybe 3-4 questions real quick. And then, we are running the ER at the same time. And so there will be periods where we might have 4 people in the ER and there'll be a little bit of a wait. but we do have extra staff there, and the hope is that people can just walk in, get seen real quick, and get them out. That's the intent.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Are there other? I think urgent care is expanding the urgent care hours is really exciting. Are there some other things on the horizon for St. Luke, or is that kind of the primary focus right now?
There's that. We're always trying to look at specialists. You know, a lot of people will drive for specialty care, and so like dermatology is one thing I hear quite a bit, where it's kind of a routine annual checkup type of thing. If we could get dermatology here, so we're always looking at that. We had an orthopedic surgeon down 2 weeks ago, so we're working on getting him set up, and so those are probably the other pieces that we're looking at.
Okay. All right. Very good. One of the things that our viewers don't know about you is your intrepid pickleball skills. And so if you see Alex over at the MAC the next few months playing pickleball, don't be surprised.
That's because I'm trying to beat you next year. Well, actually, it's Roger and Carlson.
That's right.
Hannaford and Carlson that I have some nightmares about still from them beating us. So,
well, Alex, I appreciate you coming in today and sitting down with us, and wish you congratulations on your second anniversary with St. Luke, and excited for the future of the hospital and the clinic here.
Yep. I appreciate it. Thank you too.
Thank you.
Yep.